What's going on YouTube? My name's Andrew, and I've never really been on YouTube that much, but I feel like that I just have a story, an experience that I'd like to tell, and I just feel like that it can impact people, and I feel compelled to share that with whoever watches this, and I just trust and ask God that He gives this and shows this to the people that need it the most. So I guess we'll just get started. So from the beginning, as a young child, I was always ashamed of my family's beliefs and always feeling like I needed to fit in because not everybody, especially that age, was thinking about God and doing the same things we were doing. It was really all about fun and games, and as a little kid, yeah, that's all you should really think about. But I just was always ashamed of him, and I started to grow up and become more knowledgeable of him and start to understand just who he really is to me and to this world. And the things started to get hard. Lost my grandpa, and I really just wasn't accepting that. I had no idea why he would let this happen. He was such a great person, and I loved him so much. And then as time goes on, I started to get to the age where I'm just constantly worried about my future and what my future holds. And this was at such a young age, like 16 years old. And it just consumed my mind. It wouldn't let me have fun with my friends. It wouldn't let me have a relationship with God at all. And then I was in a relationship, and I guess the hardest thing that's ever happened to me happened, and that was a breakup after a year and a half. Unsure about what the future holds, and it was just a really hard time, and I just didn't know what to do. At this point, I was just crushed and tossing and turning at night, wouldn't get sleep because I'm worried about my job, which is a horrible situation for me, my future, which I didn't know what was going to happen, and now my relationship is gone. So I have no idea what God is doing, and it's just so frustrating and hurting, and I just didn't know what to do. But then one day I woke up and was just hit with peace. I mean, the past couple of days I've been praying for that, for peace, and then all of a sudden I wasn't expecting that at all. I guess because my faith was just diminishing a little bit, but I just had a wave of peace, and I logged onto the YouVersion Bible, the Bible app, like I do most mornings, and it was just amazing because it was for me. It was about trusting God and His plan and waiting on Him to execute His plan. I was going through the devotional in the verse of the day that they have, and there was a statement that said, "Worry is our inability or unwillingness to trust God." And that was just a huge eye-opener. I feel like I've heard that before, but I never thought anything of it. It's just those types of things that I hear, I know about, but I just don't have a reason to apply it, and I just forget about it. But now it was just like a smack in the face. Like, why am I worrying? It just shows that I have so little trust for God. And it made me realize that this breakup wasn't the end of me, that God still had a plan for me. And I was starting to think that maybe God was protecting me from something, or giving me this time to work on myself and truly focus on Him, or just many other reasons that I just don't know yet. I share this story because I know that I'm not the only one that goes through hard times. I know I'm not the only one that goes through a loss of a loved one, a breakup that you thought was your relationship for life, but you still just don't know what the future holds. Or you're having a difficult time at your job, or something that you were hoping for just didn't turn out the way you wanted. Like any of those things, you just have to realize that no matter what happens in your life, God has a plan for you. And you may hate it. It may suck for you. But it's the thing that can help is knowing that it's just temporary and that God is there for you always. Everything he throws at you, every heartache, every trial. James 1:2, count it all joy when you face various trials. I know that verse, I've known it for so long, but it just made me think of it that much more. God has a plan for me, and God has a plan for you. There's an example in the Bible in Isaiah. Just go ahead and read it. Isaiah 40, verse 31, it says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength." That's just so powerful. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. If we wait on the Lord, he is going to give us strength. He's going to give us the peace to fight on and continue to fulfill our purpose in life that we are given. I'll just go ahead and read the backstory. In Isaiah chapter 40, the Israelites feel like that they have been forgotten by God. They've been living in exile for decades in Babylon and just unsure about a way out. They just can't deal with it any longer. But Isaiah says here, verse 28, "Have you not known, have you not heard, the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, neither faints nor is weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the weak, and to those who have no might, he increases strength." And his faith for our Father is just amazing. And that's just so encouraging to me that I want to be like that. And this whole story, Isaiah 40, is just super amazing. I encourage all of y'all to read it. If you ever feel like God just isn't there or further doesn't even exist because of what you're going through, just know that he is there, and just give him a chance to work in your life. Because if you give him a chance, if you seek him with your whole heart, he will take your weakness and your weariness away and give you the strength that he has. He is so great that he can take away our worries and help us trust in him. His plan is just beyond imaginable and perfect for us. If we feel like that we know better and that our plan that we make up in our head is better, we're wrong, because he knows it from the beginning. I'm gonna leave you guys with two verses to think about, and the first one is Proverbs 16:9, and it says, "A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." He is our compass. He directs us in the right way. We may think we know, but ultimately he is the one that gets us there. He's the one that will lead us to salvation and everlasting life. The last verse is Ecclesiastes 3:1, and it says, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven." So it's just another thing to trust in his reasoning and his path for you. I know it's difficult with the things you're going through that don't know if there's any other way, but I'm just telling you that even with the things I've gone through and I'm going through right now, I find peace in God. And when I realize that I'm steering off the path, that's just when I fall into that hole again. But every time I go back centered to God, I'm at peace. And I just encourage y'all to think about this. I hope my story is just beneficial to you guys.